Our world has fallen to fade, its great works long since complete, its storied civilizations long since fallen to dust. The greatest legends of Elysium long since forgotten. What was once a land of promise has fallen to the ravages of war. And it was in this, our most desperate hour, that the greatest of Elysian tales began. The lone warrior stood against an army, slashing his way through all who opposed him. The mob stood no chance, and the soldier showed no mercy. But despite his victories, his skills, his ruthlessness, the valiant soldier would perish on this day. Not to the mob, but to a single child.
Dust, dust, arise.
What? A talking sword? What are you?
Only that which you have summoned.
Summoned? How? For what purpose?
That I do not know. But we shall learn in time. Now rise and claim the blade of Ara.
Stop! Stop right there!
And who is she?
Me? I'm Fidget, guardian of the sword.
No offense, but aren't you a bit, well, small? For a guardian, I mean.
Hey, I just look after that thing. After 200 years, nobody expects the sword to just fly off and start, talking. I'm kind of wishing somebody told me this was part of the job description. Or maybe they did, and I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
I'm sorry, I think I misheard before. You said your name was Fidget?
Hey, this isn't about me. You're the one who's got my sword. How about you tell me your name?
I'm...
Calm yourself, Fidget. His name is Dust, and he is the one who woke me from my slumber.
So, Fidgets, then?
That's me. And you're... Dust?
It would seem that way, though I can't recall that name. So, what is this sword?
I am the blade of Ara, and you, Dust, are my fated sword-bearer.
Yes, well, that's all great and everything, but I think it's about time I got this sword back to the clan.
I can't let you just leave with this sword, Fidget. Right now, it's the only thing that knows who I am. I don't even know how I got here.
Well, then you leave me no choice. I challenge you! The winner gets the sword!
Well,
Alright, you win. But don't think I'm leaving empty-handed. I'm coming with you. But, I really need the sword back when you're done doing, whatever it is you're doing.
What exactly am I doing, Ara?
The answers you seek lie to the east. There is a path through the glade that leads down the mountainside, and from there you will find a village. That is your first step.
Then will you give me the sword? I really need to get it back home before anyone notices it's, gone.
When I find out just what it is I'm supposed to do with it, it's all yours, Fidget. Come on, let's go.
Alright, welcome everybody to Dust on Elysian Tale. I want to just get one thing straight. As you can clearly see, this is a game that makes use of anthropomorphic characters. Please, for the love of God, if you have a thing against them, stop watching. Because this is the anthropomorphic characters are entirely in the game. There are no humans and so forth. Also, if you have a thing against them and you feel like spamming rage, please keep it to yourself because I don't want to wade through a shit ton of idiots just to see like anything constructive. Along with that, I'm just going to mention a couple of things now. This is on hardcore, which is the hardest difficulty, and this is on the PC version, which is a more recent thing that's happened. I unfortunately have no way of recording consoles, so even if I did own this on the console, I wouldn't be able to record it from there. So, before anything, if this is your first time playing, I recommend going over here for a little bit of a secret. Here's a key. Nice little extra tad bit. The treasure keys are for, well, something we'll go into a little bit later. Like, this entire beginning is more of a tutorial. There we have the glade. I must admit, they have a way of starting you off. Like, they make it really peaceful. And it's not only of like, oh, you're instantly in trouble and everything. It's just more of, well, we're gonna start them off a little bit, teaching them the basics. Like, I already know all of this stuff because I've beaten this game before. So at most, those prompts and everything are.
What is it, Fidget?
Well, my kind has what you'd call a sixth sense. And there's something just ahead.
Yep. Fidget is our companion, by the way. I'm gonna be honest, she's annoying. But it's that kind of cute annoying. So here we have our menus, we have our inventory, we have our characters, we have our character stats, we have our quest log, materials, and stats. Not Maxi chain. Oh, I'm guessing that's from the very beginning during the cutscene. None of this is really useful to us yet until we start getting some items. Oh, come on, I can jump down there. It won't let me yet. Here we have our dash. This uses energy, as you can tell by the prompt above. Energy is the white bar in my HUD, and that's actually another thing. The HUD in this game can actually be moved around and resized. Like, usually if you left it at default, it'd be in the corners and a little bit bigger. I have mine moved to be easier for me to see, and also shrunk it down because it was a bit large. Wait, over that, behind this pillar is a note. In ancient times, our greatest possessions and staunchest allies were locked away using powerful magic beyond our comprehension. The only way to reclaim these lost treasures is to use the magically attuned keys strewn around about the world. I only hope there's enough time to free them all. That's referring to this here and something else, which we'll get into later.
All right, we found a chest.
Correction. We found a locked chest.
Well, what are you waiting for? Smash it open.
That would be unwise, Dust. These chests are protected by arcane locks from the last era, and are well beyond my capabilities.
I suppose we'll need a key then.
And that key from before is just what we needed. Now, let me explain something before we get onto this minigame. This is actually different depending on your difficulty. The easier the difficulty is, the less amount of locks you have to pick. The higher it is, well, you know. You see, you have to do 6 there, and we get a bunch of goodies. And one of the nicest out of them all, we get a couple of items. We get like feeble fruits, Lota nuts, and mysterious wall chicken. I actually kind of that's actually a little nice nod to Castlevania. This game is essentially a Metroidvania game, which is nice. And right here, a revival stone, very rare, very expensive if you want to buy them. This is a second life, effectively. When you run out of health, you normally get sent back to a save point, which we'll find later, or you can just go back to the main menu. With this, you just revive on the spot with an invulnerability for a few seconds. Deer! Woo! I love these. Look at all the deer. It's just atmospheric.
Calm yourself, Fidget. Dust. Focus. Remember what you've learned thus far.
No! Mash the buttons! Do something!
Alright, we're getting into some combat here. Generally the way this is that you make use of combos mainly. A lot of this will be taught to you as you play the game, so I'm not really going into that much detail. But one of the most amazing combos is this one right here. Oh, this combo right there. If you can do it right, you can chain that.
Nobody said anything about monsters.
Strange. Where did I learn these skills?
You wield the Blade of Ara, and with it, all the skills imbued therein.
Hello? Monsters?
Is that why I summoned you? To control this power?
It is unlikely, Dust, that I would awaken from my slumber for such selfish reasons. There is a village beyond these woods. Perhaps finding it will aid in restoring your memories.
And then we'll be in the clear, right? No more monsters?
Fidget, I think things are about to get a whole lot worse.
And to think, this morning started off so well. At least take these feeble fruits. Something tells me you're gonna need them.
I'm gonna need all the health items I can get, Fidget. Alright, let's assign those to our main healing item for now. Like, we only have one quick item slot. This is only for health items. Like, again, I'll look again the inventories. Like, you got a load of different things to look into, but for now we only have healing items. We'll run into other things and a save point. These save points. You can teleport if you have a teleport stone, which is something you can buy and find. Along with this, depending on the difficulty, sometimes when you go buy these save points, when at a certain health, you'll be healed. Not completely, just a certain amount, and it depends on difficulty. Anyway, as you can see here, this is honestly probably the only time I'm going to be showing the save slots. Like, I have played this game a fair bit before, and effectively, I'm going to be making use of like 3 save slots or 4. Just so, in case something goes wrong and I need to go back, I can just use an earlier save slot. But I'm generally going to try my best to cut out all the save slots because it's unneeded. And right here is just more of... he's giving us a way of example of the combos. Oops, but yeah, I got hit there. Now, the difficulty actually, according to the game, actually does change the AI a little bit. Like, I believe they'll get more aggressive the higher the difficulty. Along with that, they are a fair bit tankier. Hey. Along with that, when you're fighting, you can generate effectively hit combos. Hit combos gain you bonus experience depending on how big the combo is. See here, like I've got an 18 hit chain, and as I keep fighting, it's going up. When if you get hit, it breaks and you don't get the bonus experience. So the hit combos are basically an incentive not to be too reckless, and instead take time and build up a big combo, because while it's not required to keep building big combos to, you know, get a lot of experience, it is useful. And also it means that it's a good way to teach you how to dodge effectively. Yep, and let's just... Also, generally, you can use the dash we had earlier to dodge easily. It's actually very useful. Like, the dash is actually something that ends up getting used all the time. It's actually always nice. So I could actually use a feeble fruit right here. Mostly because we don't get much health at the beginning. We can increase our health, though. But we can't take that many hits right now. This is around the air combo, which is I've already been using a fair amount. Like, the nice thing is they don't actually like limit you until you get to a certain point. They're just like, okay, we'll give the new players the prompts to learn these combos and let them learn themselves if they do it earlier. And we'll let the players that are already experienced and like replaying the game, you know, just like have freedom. Just, you know, use the combos to the world. Because some combos are better at dealing with certain things than other combos. Like, stuff like the air-to-ground combo I've been using a lot. This is honestly the most effective combo in the beginning. Mostly because of how easy it is to stun somebody and the fact that it knocks people back when you land. Which is always nice, you know? Along with that, we also do this, which is actually really nice. That's actually a good thing to do when you finish off this combo. is, depending on how big the enemy is, you could use the downward slice to land some extra hits in. And now we get a new ability.
Hold here, Dust. You have unlocked a new ability. Bear witness to the dust storm.
I like it.
Hold the secondary attack to perform the dust storm. But beware, skilled as you may be, you cannot maintain the storm for long without hurting yourself.
In that case, maybe I can help. If you press the super ballistic fidget action button of power, I'll perform an attack so spectacularly awesome that it'll produce emotions you didn't even know existed. Please contain yourselves as I demonstrate.
That was, very pretty.
Well, maybe I'll just keep the rest of my repertoire to myself.
I'm sorry, Fidget. I'm sure it'll come in handy somehow.
Actually, Dust, between the three of us, this could be quite useful. The dust storm can manipulate Fidget's projectile into a more powerful attack. Observe.
Wow! Oh, by the way, every time I use my power, it'll use up a bit of energy meter. You can recharge the meter with melee combos.
Yes, Dust. Between your combos and Fidget's own powers, you can achieve a higher hit chain, which will yield bonus experience after each battle. However, if you are struck by an enemy, the chain will be broken, and you will lose your bonus experience.
Alright, I think I understand.
If this is all too much for you, you can check out the help screen via the pause menu.
Thanks, Fidget. I'll take a look if I'm ever in trouble.
Alright, now we have the dust storm, and in case you're wondering what button Fidget was going on about, it's the middle mouse wheel by default. At least that's what it is for me. Like, if you're on controller, it's clearly going to be a different button, but for the PC version, like, the default is middle mouse wheel, at least when you're playing with the mouse and keyboard controls, like, because the game will allow you to play with just the keyboard. I don't think it will allow you to play with just the mouse. I checked, I've never checked, and it didn't really seem possible, which is understandable. Oh, what the? You saw nothing. Oh, that's kind of sad. Oh god. I'm actually getting my ass handed to me. But at the same time, it's hard to focus when you're commentating at the same time. Which is always something you gotta learn to practice when you do videos like this, you know. Like, I'm honestly still not good at this. Not good at it is, like, I have beaten the game and I have played it on hard. It's like, this is more of the game's just putting a lot more damage on you. And I'm kind of sad because I was hoping to save that revival stone until, you know, I got to a really hard fight. But unfortunately, it's kind of gone. Which kind of sucks, but oh well. Along with that, Fidget mentioned earlier about the energy meter. That is effectively the same with the dash. Like, they don't use separate energy, they use the same energy. So you got a balance between Fidget's projectiles and dashing. And yes, I know I said I was cutting out the save screens, but I was talking in the middle of that. Trails are short enough, I don't think I need to. Shit. Let's just use the dust storm and get some combos going. Fidget's abilities are honestly the easiest way to build up a combo, at least in the early game. Also, sometimes you'll see me like trying to use Fidget's projectiles and the dust storm together while I'm in the air. That's kind of just a force of habit. Like, it will make sense later, but not for now. Hey, get over here. Oh, come on, Fidget. That's like a shotgun in Call of Duty. And the storm. Oh shit! I didn't see him behind me. So yeah, this is how the save system works. If you don't have a revival stone, then you'll end up just going back to a safe spot from before. Oh, back here. So yeah, that was the first step. I'm gonna have fun. And again, at the same time, I'm trying to commentate and play at the same time, and it's not easy. Like, I think I've seen some people say it's really easy. It is, and it's just like, no, it's not. Like, yes, it can be easy at times, but that depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're just like constantly talking in a game where you don't really have to focus, then fair enough, it's gonna be easy. But if you're trying to focus and commentate at the same time, it gets hard. Okay, let's actually back up. We want to keep them all on one side so that way we don't get screwed.